I think there's two major reasons that I can see in the health coaching space where if you're joining a program or a mentorship or you're hiring somebody to help you generally with call booking and lead generation, I think there's two major reasons that a lot of the times you probably get left feeling like that wasn't really worth it, right? Or it didn't actually work, or it was a scam or something like this. From what I can see, there's two major reasons. Now, I've had 400 coaching clients. Almost all of them, I would say, or a massively high percentage of them, would have been in some form of program or mentorship or coaching thing before, during, or even after we worked together. And I would just hear the same thing over and over and over again about the vast majority of these programs. Now, I'm not here to call anybody out at all. It's not my style. I don't like it. I don't think it's needed. But I will call out the situation that I see. This is me hating the player or hating the game. I think it's all fair, right? The game is the game. If you're in it, you better start thinking that way. Otherwise, it'll eat you up. But from what I can see, there's like three or four major players that I see that are actually competitive. And it's more than likely it's not going to be the people that you actually think. It's not the guys with the most followers and the flashy clothes or watches. It's guys sometimes that you probably haven't heard of that have taught all those guys or have taught the guys that have taught those guys. Which kind of brings me into the main downfall of the vast majority of programs or coaching, mentorships, whatever you want to call it. Let's see if we can try and figure out how to draw this out. So what I see is let's say there's three major players, right? Let's go again. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's imagine this is like a beaker. Okay, so let's say there's three major players here. And they are the top guys. They're the ones that are actually out there testing things. They're the ones that are out there tracking results properly. And they're the ones that are actually being innovative to bring new things. Because markets don't saturate, but offers and strategies definitely do. That's kind of one of the main things that I'm getting at here. So if we have a couple of major players, and this is their beaker with their formula, and this is what they have found to work, and this is what they actually teach people, well, what happens inside of their programs or trainings is they are getting hundreds, if not sometimes thousands of clients, all, drinking from this beaker, so to say. They're all taking these solutions, they're all taking these strategies, copies, ads, whatever, and they're using them in their own business to go and generate leads and book calls. So over time, what starts to happen is in most of these programs, there's a couple of standout clients that do really fucking well, get really good results, maybe just using one strategy until it breaks, and you get these standout clients with just these amazing results. Now, what tends to happen more often than not that I can see in the coaching space, in the health coaching space, is those guys then go and start their own program or mentorship, or they take one-to-one clients and they teach them how they become successful. Okay, so if we take a couple of these, they have their own programs that look like this, right? Now, what that actually is, literally, is a watered down version of this, right? It's a smaller version of this, because usually it's one thing that worked really well. Now extrapolate this out, that all these guys get clients. Again, could be hundreds, could be even thousands. Again, you have these standout clients that are doing really well, and they go and take on one-to-one clients, and they go build out their own program. And what are they teaching? They're teaching an even more watered down version of what they got from this guy, and this guy got it from this guy. That's what I see happening over and over and over again. And people are very disappointed when they join programs from coaches that have been successful, because there's crossover between the big dogs. They know what works. The amount of crossover between upstream and downstream is, it's almost the same stuff, right? But usually they are not teaching you how to think. They're not teaching you how to come up with the ideas that these top guys are actually coming up with. They're just giving you a strategy, generally that has worked really well for them, and they've cherry picked it from all the different strategies they could have found in these programs. So what we find when people join us is, I say, this is completely different to anything else we've ever seen. We didn't know you could do lead gen like this. We didn't know you could book calls in this way. Why? Well, I'm not a coach. I'm not a health and fitness coach. I've never been a health and fitness coach. I'm not going to be a health and fitness coach. I have never been in any of these programs, right? We've seen inside pretty much everything. And I can tell you that they do really look like watered down versions of something else. And guess what? Almost everything that we've seen, bar some of the top people, and I've invested in these, by the way, it's the same strategy almost over and over and over again. And people wonder why it doesn't really work anymore, because there is no innovation in these watered down programs that you're buying into. And just because they're watered down doesn't mean that they're actually less expensive, right? Sometimes they're even more expensive than the big guys, right? Because a lot of the time, these people can come along and say, look, I've been super successful. I have made X amount of money. I have X amount of followers. I can help you do the same. What they will say about people like us is, how could you trust that person? They are not a health coach. So how are they going to help you grow your health coaching business? And I get that. Again, not hating the player or the game. It's all part of it. What I did 5 years ago when I started my company was, because I'm a marketing guy that works with health coaches and have done so for a very long time. Again, I've had like 400 clients in different industries, with different price points, different types of coaches, different niches. Everything was, we've taken different beakers with different systems, with different ads, different price points, with different niches, with different age brackets, with different everything. And we've tried so many freaking systems to find what works. So in the first year or so of running this business, it was horrific. Like, it was extremely hard, because we were doing everything we possibly could to figure out how to get qualified leads that were warm, that could actually afford a coaching service. And we just tried things over and over and over and over again. And we didn't actually get the best results in that first year. I have no problem saying that. But we innovated and we tried our own things and we built our own systems. And over time, we got very good at it, because we took one system from here and we said, wow, that worked really well. This worked extremely well for that type of coach. Yeah, high ticket, this worked incredibly. Low ticket, this was really good. Emails, wow, that one worked extremely well. Over and over and over again, we started finding out what doesn't work. More often than not, it was one of these things, because they've been watered down and saturated so much. But we were able to find the things that did and take out the things that didn't. Because I'm a marketing guy, and this is what I do day in and day out, we tracked everything meticulously. We built everything out with SOPs over and over and over again, until we came to a point where now we have like 30 different strategies, 30 different systems that we have built from ground up that we know work. I still keep a couple of one-to-one clients that we run new experiments with, new tests with, over and over and over again. And the fact that I have never been a health coach or never went through any of these big systems and strategies, I think is actually what makes what we do, messed that one up. I think that's what makes what we do completely different. And that's what people are telling us. We have, like I said, 26, 28, 30 systems there, thereabouts, that we can know for certain are going to work for any style of coaching business at this point. When I say any style of coaching business, health, fitness, nutrition. We use systems that look like this. Crazy things that have taken us, in some cases, years to build out and perfect. Systems that we know work for automation, systems that work to actually warm up your leads, systems that we can put into place for different platforms that we know will work to bring you qualified leads. Emails that are actually built out, that are tested and retested, that are given to you with the complete SOP, the complete script. Everything that's actually technical is broken down step by step by step by step. Systems that are going to be put into your business that will work for you as you sleep to actually bring you leads. So this is why what we do is completely different. The other main reason I see the vast majority of people not getting results in things like mentorships or programs is not just because a lot of what's in there is outdated or it's not coming from a place of innovation, it's coming from a copycat place, is that people actually don't do the work. Okay? Generally with most systems, if you do enough of it, it'll work to get you some results. But when you start and you just see, right, this is the exact same thing I was taught in this other program, it's not going to work. Well, then you're completely turned off immediately. You're probably not going to do the work and it probably doesn't work. So that is a very quick overview of the two main reasons that I can see that a lot of programs, mentorships, trainings don't actually work anymore, apart from what I can see is the top 2 or 3 or 4 guys that are actually really doing the work out there. That's it. So keep an eye out and I guess be vigilant about these programs and see, like, how new are these strategies? Like, are you going to tell me to do 100 DMs a day, like what they told me in the last one, like what they tell you in the other programs? Are you just going to tell me to blast content over and over and over again and hope that it actually works? Or is there automations in here? Is there new systems? Is there things that's actually working? So ask those questions and listen to the responses. That's it. That's it for this video. If you want to check out some of those systems that I ran through, click the link below. You can jump on. See you later.